What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 106 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my dining room, and I want to give you all my picks on the AFC and NFC championship game. That is today. The AFC championship game kicks off at 3 o'clock, while the NFC championship game kicks off at 6:30. In this video posted are the matchups. We have the Bengals taking on the Chiefs in the AFC, and then the Rams versus the Niners in the NFC. So far, I'm 8-2 on my playoff picks. I went 3-1 last week, so I have a pretty good record so far, hopefully to keep it up. Let's dive into the 3 o'clock game. We have the Bengals taking on the Chiefs. This is a matchup I can't wait to see. These teams met a couple weeks ago, and the Bengals won on a field goal, 34-31. Joe Burrow threw for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 266 receiving yards. He also had 3 touchdowns on that day. Patrick Mahomes also had a good game. He had 250 passing yards and 2 touchdowns for him on the day. So, yeah, this is a really good game. 2 explosive offenses going at it. Let's start with the Bengals. The Bengals have been killing it this whole postseason. Joe Burrow has been playing really good, and you can't forget about the rookie Jamar Chase, who's also been putting on a spectacle in the postseason as well. He has 2 straight games where he catches over 100 receiving yards, and he has an opportunity to do that again today against a Chiefs secondary that really isn't just that good. So I definitely expect kind of what happened in the first game. I kind of expect that same way to play out, like just a back and forth game, high scoring, and both teams to utilize their offensive weapons. You look at the Bengals, they have Jamar Chase, Burrow, Joe Mixon, they have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, CJ Uzama, and then you look at the explosive offense of the Chiefs, Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, McCole Hardman, Jerick McKinnon was just recently added to the team, and he has been playing really good as well. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely expect this game to be high scoring and back and forth like it was a few weeks ago. I do think Andy Reid is going to adjust to Joe Burrow and that offense, because last time they played, the Bengals offense just had their way with the Chiefs defense. I don't really see the Chiefs defense getting gashed as bad as they did in the first meeting, but I'm curious to see how they're going to stop Jamar Chase, because last time he just did whatever he wanted against them. So it's going to be interesting to see. And as for the Chiefs, I think they'll figure out a way to exploit that Bengals defense too. The Bengals defense has been making plays this postseason. They've definitely been stepping up, and I think they have the better defense than the Chiefs defense. However, it's going to be tough to slow down the Chiefs, especially when you're on the road. You're playing in Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs fans are going nuts. It's going to be really loud there. It's going to definitely be tough to stop. This is definitely a hard game to predict. Last time these two teams met, the Chiefs lost 34-31. And I think that's what's going to happen again. I'm going to side with the Bengals here. I'm going to side with the Bengals to win 34-31. My brain's telling me the Chiefs are going to win, but my heart is telling me the Bengals. I'd really like to see the Bengals win the Super Bowl, and I think it's possible. I really think they could do it. They have the power. They have the star power. They have the momentum. So, yeah, I'm going Bengals, Chiefs. Bengals winning 34-31, just like the last game. For the 6:30 game, we have the Niners taking on the Rams. So this is an NFC West battle. This is the third time these two teams are meeting this season. The Niners swept the Rams. They swept them 2-0 this year, and Sean McVay is actually 0-6 against Kyle Shanahan. There's just some reason the Niners are the Rams' kryptonite, and they just can't seem a way to beat them. And I mean, I understand why. The Niners are a good team. They can run the ball really well. They make plays, like we saw them make plays last week against the Packers on special teams. They came up with a huge play. They definitely deserve to be where they are right now. I know Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't been playing the best football, but he's been doing just enough to get them the win. And ever since they started using Deebo Samuel at running back, teams just can't figure out how to stop him. But as for the Rams, this is a team that blew out the Cardinals in the first round, and then they go on the road and they dethrone the former Super Bowl champion Buccaneers on the road, and they did it in a pretty good fashion. I mean, they were up 27-3 the whole game. They almost lost. They almost blew it, but in the end, they weathered through the storm and they were able to kick a game-winning field goal as time expired. So I can't wait for this matchup. This is also tough to predict because I feel like every time I pick the Rams against the Niners, I'm always wrong. But I just don't see the Niners beating this team 3 straight times, right? Like, something has to give. Sean McVay has to figure out a way to beat this Niners team. And I know it's not going to be easy. They can run the ball well. Their defense is good. They could stop the run. They could get after the quarterback. And their special teams has been making plays. So they're a really complete team. And the Rams have Matthew Stafford, who's been playing really, really well this postseason. A guy who's been needing postseason success his whole career. Finally found the spot for him in LA. And he's been producing and he's been giving results. He's been winning games. He's won 2 playoff games this postseason and for his career so far. And I honestly just see them winning and making it to the Super Bowl. I know I'm probably going to be wrong about this because I swear every time I pick the Rams to beat the Niners, it just never happens. But like I said, 3 times against one team is very tough, especially a Rams team that's so explosive on offense with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. So fierce on defense with a guy like Aaron Donald stopping the run and getting after the quarterback. So, yeah, it's going to be so tough. I really don't know. But if I were to flip a coin, I got to pick the Rams here. I'm going to pick the Rams 33-30. I do see this being high scoring and back and forth too. It is going to be in LA, so there are going to be a lot of Niners fans there too. I was reading online that the Rams were asking Rams fans to not sell their tickets, and they're trying to not get any Niners fans in there. But Niners fans can travel well, and they're right there in California, so they could just show up to SoFi Stadium and definitely take over, like we saw a few weeks ago in that game when the Rams were up 17-0, and the Niners came all the way back to win in overtime. So yeah, 33-30 is my pick. Rams, I got the Rams, but yeah, I'm not super confident in it. So I can't wait though. Really good football games, really good football teams playing today. I expect a lot of action. Last week, I don't think anything can top last week's playoff games, but I think these 2 games that lead to the Super Bowl are going to be thriller, and we're going to get our money's worth. So that's it. Those are my playoff picks for the AFC and NFC championship game. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my Instagram. And do what you can to promote and share my page and my content. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day and enjoy some football.